All right, and then the last section of the book is Paul's merciless assault on the false apostles. He's kind of doing this throughout the letter. I just want to warn you now, it's heavy. Next week I will preach to you and we will see the apostles saying, I condemn these false teachers to hell. Anathema is this heavy word, heavy word. We're going to see him, because circumcision was an issue, saying, I wish that they would do the circumcision surgery and mess it up and go all the way and castrate themselves. Whew. I sat there for a while when I was writing out, the book to be ready to preach to you, and I got to that verse, and my pen stopped, and I said, okay, this is the Bible. I didn't know if, my kids distracted me, and I came back, and somebody dropped a different book in front of me. I wish that they would emasculate themselves. And then in the very last chapter, chapter 6, that's why we're going to do this at the end, he just comes heavy. This is Tyson's zone right here. So let me warn you about this. If you are a placatory person, I had to look that word up because I was trying to find the right word, which means if you are a go along to get along kind of person, if you are someone who believes that in every situation, the highest virtue, the greatest good would just be if you were a nice person, if you think that it is unbecoming of a Christian ever to be feisty and to be direct and to be confrontational, man, Galatians is going to be very, very hard for you in the good kind of way. I've been especially prayerful and worried about preaching this one in Melrose as a guy who happens to live over there in Melrose. Melrose is like the nice capital of Massachusetts. I've learned something in living here for 10 years, and I am as tempted by it as anyone. If you actually have ended up living in a place like Melrose, it usually means that you have kind of made it in life. I'm using American terms here, but do you know what I mean by that? You stayed away from all the major sins, and you kept your nose clean, and you passed all your classes, and you got your degree, and you've kept your job, and you've done it. And once you kind of get there in life, you want to kick into this safe mode, safety, this protection mode, this don't make waves mode. I need you to feel this with me. I got my house, I got my dog, I got my friends, I got my reputation, I got my NFL on Sunday afternoon. I just want everybody to like me, so I'm not going to instigate any conflict, and I don't want to go to a church that does. In most circumstances in your daily life, that's a beautiful spirit-driven posture, right? Scripture teaches us that if it's up to us, we should live at peace with all men, kind, meek, humble, gentle. But this is not okay when it comes to the honor of Jesus. This is not okay when it comes to the truth of the gospel. And it is especially not okay in the household of God to default to niceness and timidity when there are false gospels that threaten the souls of Jesus' people. To go there would be sinful and cowardly compromise. We're going to see that temptation in Galatians, and I'm telling you that Jesus' Apostle Paul will have none of it. Under the inspiration of the Spirit, he is wicked harsh with his opponents. And we're going to learn together why that is and why that is appropriate in this context.